Some people are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them.
When I started my career, Reserve Bank of India used to issue bonds. They were called Government of India Relief Bond. These are bonds issued by RBI on behalf of the government to collect funds. They used to pay 12%, tax-free. And because it is issued by Government of India, it is risk-free.
Yeah, because your inflation levels are in control, etc., etc. Same happened with US, Europe, Japan. Obviously, it was an extreme example.
Absolutely.
And hence, willingness to experiment kind of goes up because the opportunity cost is not that high.
Yeah, I mean, there is a need to experiment because, today if you ask me, the risk-free rate is, risk-free rate 7 के आसपास fluctuate.
That could
tax और नाम का तो चीज़ है ही नहीं.
Yeah.
Right, so clearly people have to take risk.
Yeah.
Any alpha which comes sustainably because of stock picking, that could be attributed to skill because, everything in consumer is say perceived to be overpriced and not being looked at.
Yeah.
But there is one retailing company, results are declared suddenly up 20%. How can that happen? Right. So when you get alpha purely from stock picking, that could be skill.
Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Cherry Podcast. And today we have my friend Ashish Somaiya with me. As it's kind of incorrect to call him a friend, he's much senior, but he treats me as a friend and I'm thankful to him for that. So welcome Ashish.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So how many years now in MF industry, Ashish?
Yeah, I mean, it's a coincidence you're asking now, but last month I finished 25 years.
Wow, 25. Ashish, there's this famous saying that some people are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. So your stint in this industry for 25 years, what was it? It was something that you planned, or it is something which just happened?
No, I would say it's all right place, right time, because क्या होता है, कभी भी anytime you ask somebody about work or career or anything that they may have done, I am very, very wary of perfect backstories. Normally people give you very perfect backstories कि देखो मुझे तो पता ही था मुझे ऐसा करना है, मैं यहाँ पे गया, फिर मैंने ये पढ़ाई करी, फिर मैंने ऐसे किया, फिर ये फर्स्ट जॉब. Actually ऐसा होता नहीं है. It's just a series of coincidences. So I would say right place, right time. I don't think there's any perfect story to it.
Big plan which was not there. Just things happened.
Yeah, of course. At a particular point in time, you find yourself in a spot and then you see, okay, what choices you make. So then, it might just play out.
So you started where? 25 years back, where did you start from?
So actually, like Mr. Amir Khan said in that movie, Three Idiots, I'm a useless engineer. I think there are many cliches about engineers, right? The other one I heard is that in our country, boys first become an engineer and then figure out what they want to do. Aisa bhi suna tha maine. But yeah, so I'm an engineer. Then I worked in a factory for a year and a half. Then I realized that engineers are paid very badly. Not now. This was mid-90s. After that, I did a postgrad in finance. And then my first job was in what is now called ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund. Back then it was Prudential ICICI Mutual Fund.
Why is that? Because then Prudential was holding a majority as a question.
Yeah. So, of course, it's one of India's largest mutual fund companies. I think second largest now. Started in 1993. But yes, it used to be Prudential ICICI Mutual Fund. Okay. And I think somewhere in 2007, there was a change of stake and it became ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund.
And you stayed there for kind of a longish stint there.
Yes, I had 2 stints there. I joined them as a trainee in 1999. Worked there till 2007. In 2007, I had actually quit. I got hired back in 2008. And then again, I worked there till 2012. Yeah. So over 2 stints, nearly 12 years.
Yeah. So essentially, what all of us know about Indian mutual fund industry today, you've seen how it became what it is, right? Right. So why don't you share, I don't know, top 2 stories that you can remember from the early days?
Yeah. So, I'll tell you, I'll say stories which will also contextualize, how things have grown. See, first, what happens is, let's say I told you that I started in late 90s, 1999 to be precise. Now, at that point in time, people didn't know what is a mutual fund. So if you were representing a fund company and, you were talking to an investment advisor, a wealth manager or a customer or anybody, the conversation a lot of time would start by saying, what is a mutual fund? And then you'll have to say that, no, ultimately it puts your money in a bond market or equity market.
Yeah.
But, instead of going directly to the bond or equity market, you should have an intermediary by your side, like a mutual fund. So you started all the basics. So after this, very long conversation, they would say, ठीक है भैया, समझ में तो नहीं आया, लेकिन आप बोल रहे हो
तो we can invest.
हाँ, तो मतलब जिसके पास समझो, if somebody has $100, they'll put like 50 paisa or something like that, right? And second is because people didn't understand the category, so then they didn't buy the product or the category, they just bought the brand. भाई ठीक है,
ऐसे कहा तो ठीक ही,
मतलब ठीक है, तुम जो बोल रहे हो समझ में तो नहीं आया, बट तुम्हारा कंपनी ठीक है तो साइन कर दिया.
Yeah.
So what I've seen is that when people just don't know the category, they just buy a brand. But over the last 25 years now, of course, all these, and Kotak is a great brand. So all these big brands have become much bigger. But how the industry has changed is that the awareness of the product category has gone up several times. So which means now people understand that पहले क्या होता था कि भाई brand है तो performance आ जाएगा. अभी कैसा है कि भाई performance है तो brand build हो जाएगा.
Yes.
So it's flipped.
No, and I completely agree with you. I was chatting with someone the other day. The propensity of a smaller brand, within quotes, to become a large fund house is, I don't know whether easier is the right word, but I think the likelihood of them becoming bigger is better now, because now people have understood how to analyze performance, how to reward performance, etc., etc. And some of the fund houses we have seen, they have grown. So out of nowhere, they have become so big.
Yeah, it's become more meritocratic.
Yeah.
It's become, and because of digital participants like you, it has got democratized.
Yeah.
Right. So meritocracy and the reach.
Yeah.
I think that has changed.
Yeah, and I think one more thing which has happened, at least what at least we at Kotak are seeing across various businesses that we run, but specifically for investments, that the true democratization of financial savings is happening. That now it does not matter. Again, same if I go back to your maybe early days, that good stuff would be limited to metros, and within metros certain pockets of the metro. Now that is not the case anymore, right? Same information virtually in real time is available to everyone.
Information and knowledge arbitrage has gone down completely. I mean, it's not there. So actually, talking of stories, so I'll give you another example. When I was telling you about, awareness of product category and then how it evolved, I mean, now it's all performance and meritocracy. The other interesting thing was equity, See, I'll give you a few examples. When I started my career, Reserve Bank of India used to issue bonds. They were called Government of India Relief Bond. These are bonds issued by RBI on behalf of the government to collect funds. They used to pay 12%, tax-free. And because it is issued by Government of India, it is risk-free.
Yeah.
So now, Rohit, how a typical stock market conversation goes, right?
Yeah.
You explain to someone about economy, corporate performance, about markets and portfolios and stuff.
Correct.
And then after a long conversation, ultimately, typical investor, like they show in that Maruti ad, typical investor.
कितना रिटर्न आएगा.
So 25 साल पहले क्या होता था? Conversation तो ये होता था. तो 25 साल पहले हम भी लोगों को बोलते थे कि भाई आपको कैपिटल मार्केट में पैसा लगाना चाहिए, म्यूचुअल फंड में पैसा लगाना चाहिए. फिर अल्टीमेटली द क्लाइंट विल से कि भाई कितना देगी, राइट? सो देन विद ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ डिस्क्लेमर्स कि भाई ऐसा होगा तो ऐसा होगा, ये ध्यान में रखिएगा, वो डिस्क्लेमर है, ये ऐसा है. अब बोलेंगे भाई इतना होगा तो चलो इतना आ जाएगा. बोलेगा भाई एक काम करो, निकलो यहाँ से, 12% डिस्क्लेमर के मेरा तो 12% गवर्नमेंट दे देगी, वो भी टैक्स फ्री. करेक्ट, राइट? सो दैट हैज चेंज्ड. सी द deregulation of interest rates and the propensity to participate in capital markets and digitization of capital markets, all of that has completely changed the landscape.
And anyway, Ashish, again, if any historical kind of parallel you take from global markets, anyway, as the size of markets grow, your base interest rate levels kind of trend down, because your inflation levels are in control, etc., etc. Same happened with US, Europe, Japan. Obviously, it was an extreme example.
Absolutely.
And hence, willingness to experiment kind of goes up because the opportunity cost is not that high.
Yeah, I mean, there is a need to experiment because, today if you ask me, the risk-free rate is, risk-free rate 7 के आसपास fluctuate.
That could
tax नाम का तो चीज़ है ही नहीं.
Yeah.
Right. So clearly people have to take risk.
Yeah. Net of tax, you're making 5% odd. So, which is there. And there also, I think, from a mutual fund industry standpoint, I must say that a lot of good innovation which has happened, take balance advantage funds as a category, where you are kind of giving a fast car, but you are giving good brakes.
It's a fabulous category. I mean, it's, I think, one of the best innovations ever. I mean, like I was saying, my first employer is the one which actually worked hard on that category. But आपने बैलेंस एडवांटेज फंड बोला तो मुझे ध्यान में है, मैं आपको एक पहेली पूछता हूँ.
Let me try. Yeah, let me try.
आपको पता है जैसे, एंड दिस नॉट अ प्रोडक्ट प्लग बट आई गिव एग्जांपल बिकॉज हमको हमारा नंबर्स याद है. तो फर्ज कीजिए कि जनवरी 2023 में एक बैलेंस एडवांटेज फंड स्टार्ट हुआ.
जनवरी 23, 1.5 years ago.
जनवरी 2023 से लेके अब तक सेंसेक्स टोटल रिटर्न CAGR इज अबाउट 22% or 23%.
So absolute roughly 35% है ना 1.5 साल. Okay.
और एक बैलेंस एडवांटेज फंड है जो ऑन एन एवरेज 50% इक्विटी में डाला है. Because that's the nature of the fund.
Yeah, it goes up and down. Yeah.
So average 50% इक्विटी में डाला है. लेकिन उसका CAGR भी 21% कंपाउंडेड.
Okay.
How did that happen?
In out the
It is the same return as the index, with half the equity exposure as the
fund manager was able to make the timing was good.
So आपने जो पहले in and out बोला,
हाँ,
bang on. I think most people don't notice this. So because क्या होता है कि हमने बोला कि भाई एवरेज 50% इक्विटी में था,
बट कभी ज्यादा भी था कभी कम भी था.
हाँ, so if you see, let us say in Jan 2023, let us say index at a particular level.
So index means 100% equity all the time.
And then 2 or 3 times when the index goes up, it starts booking profit. In March 23, the index fell. So it starts buying more. Then again index goes up. So it's so what most people don't realize, great category you brought about, is most people don't realize that you don't make returns just from the asset class. You make returns even from the volatility and switching between the asset class.
So Ashish, anyway, good that you mentioned it, because I will come to your stint after Pru. I think it was, what was the, immediately after that was Motilal?
Yes, I was CEO for Motilal.
And I think there, if I remember correctly, Motilal was a big proponent of index funds, etc.
Yes, we did index funds also.
Yes, and it grew quite well. And this, obviously, this debate, it's a never-ending debate, not just in India. India mein to naya hai, but globally it's a big debate whether to be in an index. I think India, in its evolution of capital markets, where it stands today and maybe for some time, I think there's a lot of juice which can come out of active fund management. Is my personal belief. I'm 100% into active funds. I don't do indexes. But exactly that what we were saying, that the ability to make, obviously you will go wrong also sometimes.
Yes.
I mean, no fund manager is, God who can predict everything all the time. You will go wrong also. But on an average, my belief is you can get some juice out of the market. Net of expense, you can still make alpha for the customer. What do you think?
Yeah, so, I am a believer of active. And, like you mentioned, in my previous stint, I worked at Motilal Oswal for 8 years. And yes, I was involved with, creating a passive business. And they did a lot of innovation, got the first NASDAQ fund, S&P 500, and, all the baskets like Nifty, Next 50, Mid-Cap, etc. So very passionate about it. So I'll tell you both the things. On, what I think about potential for alpha, and also equally why passive funds are there, or why, they will continue to grow. So if you see, in my previous stint when I was working for creating passive funds, that was around the time I saw this huge surge of broking accounts and SIPs just flying. So that brought a realization that there is a huge base of youngsters which is coming into the market, DIY, and they're digital first. Right. Now look at it, Rohit, logically, that if you are investing the first time and you just don't know where to start, the best place to start is to buy the market. If you don't buy the market, you buy the market. Right. And if for 100 rupee investment, if you can buy S&P 500 and Nifty 500, what else do you need to get started? I mean, that's the best way to get exposure. So when I was in that role, my hypothesis of creating passive products, it was never a punt on or a bet on whether we will get alpha or not get alpha. That's separate. It was just logical or simplistic thinking that if there are so many millions of people coming in who may not know which fund to pick, they don't know where to start. So easiest is S&P 500, NASDAQ, Nifty 500, Nifty 50, Nifty 650, just the baskets. So it was all DIY digital. Now coming to your actual thing, so my thought of passive was because of that. But now coming to the actual thing, because a lot of people think of passive versus active because of the alpha potential. Right. And when you start talking of alpha, it very quickly degenerates into a massive debate. Really, if you ask me, a lot of information about the fact that there is no alpha or no potential alpha, a lot of it is influenced by American experience. And a lot of them people will say that, अच्छा यार US में alpha नहीं बन रहा है, तो ultimately we will go down that path. हमारा भी alpha नहीं बनेगा. Now, here, let me just bring out few massive differences between the US market construct and our market construct. So let's take an example. समझो रोहित, मैं आपको बताता हूँ, this is real data. 1995, 1996, US stock market, the market cap was $13 trillion.
Okay.
Today, I believe it is north of 54, 55 trillion. So, आप समझिए कि भाई market cap हो गया 4 गुना.
Okay.
Okay. If I ask you a question that Rohit, market cap has gone up 4x. Take a wild guess, what would have happened to the number of listed companies
In US.
in US? Take a guess. What do you think it would be? If the market cap itself, value of all listed companies went up 4 times in 25, 26 years.
I would not know, but I would hazard a guess. My guess is, I think US is becoming bigger kind of a market. So, is it that number of companies have actually gone down?
Yes. Anybody who is arithmetically or logically just thinking,
Yeah.
वो बोलेगा इसमें क्या सवाल है यार, मार्केट कैप 4 गुना बढ़ गया,
तो number of companies भी बढ़ गया.
तो नंबर ऑफ कंपनीज बड़ी होंगी ना, ऐसे कैसे कैसे कंपनीज
Yeah.
नॉर्मल. और हमारे मार्केट में तो वैसे ही हो रहा है, जैसे मार्केट कैप बढ़ रहा है, नई कंपनी.
Yes.
But it's not just about not growing. Your guess is right, but you know how staggering it is. The number of listed companies became half.
Wow.
Become half.
Over a 30-year period.
Almost 30-year period. Now, what will happen to you if you are a manager of public equities? You know, one is what you said, which is that companies are becoming larger. But more importantly, your playground is shrinking.
Yeah.
The number of stocks which are there in your universe has become half. Correct. Now think of
So active management करोगे क्या? Stocks ही नहीं बचेगा तो.
हाँ, तो एक चीज ये है कि भाई number of micro cap, small cap is reducing. जहाँ पे so called alpha potential या inefficiencies होती है, जहाँ पे आप कुछ research भी कर सकते हो, that is reducing. And the number of companies are becoming large cap and mega cap.
Yeah.
That is one. Second, और इसका बहुत famous example है ना, जैसे Dell Computers है, $54 billion पे delist कर दिया उसको. That was a mid cap in US context, got delisted. Why this happened? Because in US in last 25, in the same period, the corpus of buyout funds has gone from 0 to $2 trillion.
Wow.
The other dynamic is that you're always told, you must have been told that US is an institutionalized market, but people don't say that institutions put 70% of their money into alternate products. So long story short, in US, it's not that there is no alpha. The alpha has gone from the public market to the private market. तो समझो मैं आपको बोल.
Yeah, all your VC funds and private equity funds, all the and what we are seeing, actually, good point, that lot of trade is happening from one private fund to the other private fund. Companies are not coming to the public market.
Private, yeah. तो ये पूरा सबका समेशन क्या है? समझो रोहित, पहले मैं आपको एक एरेटेड ड्रिंक, आपका फेवरेट एरेटेड ड्रिंक आपको सप्लाई करता था, जो आप बड़े प्यार से पीते थे. फिर मैंने आपको बोलना चेक कर दिया, रोहित, ये जो आपका फेवरेट कोला पी रहे हो ना, ये आपके सेहत के लिए बहुत खराब है, इसमें बहुत शुगर है, तो आप तो केवल सोडा या टॉनिक वाटर पियो, ये कोला मत पियो, इट्स नॉट गुड फॉर यू.
ओके.
कल से हम आपको टॉनिक वाटर या पानी दिया करेंगे.
ओके.
हाँ, ये कोला आपके लिए अच्छा नहीं है. तो आपको मैंने बोल दिया. पास में एक बड़ा क्लाइंट है, आसामी, जो ही कैन पे अ लॉट ऑफ फी टू मी. उनको बोलूंगा, साहब आप ये पूरा कोला खरीद क्या करोगे, आधा तो इसमें पानी है, कल से हम आपको कॉन्सेंट्रेट दिया करेंगे, फिर आपको करना जो करो
आप मिक्स कर लेना.
सो व्हाट आई हैव डन, पहले आई वाज सेलिंग कोला. नाउ व्हाट आई हैव सेड टू द रिटेल इन्वेस्टर, आई विल सेल aerated water,
liquid
or soda or
yeah.
And to the institutional investor, I will sell the concentrate.
मसाला उसको दे दिया.
तो पैसा तो concentrate में बनने वाला है.
Yeah.
So, अब now you come to India. In India, the private equity culture is not that seeped in. It's not that old.
No, it will take time. It's growing.
We don't have buyout funds and we don't have takeover regulation.
नहीं, आप वो छोड़ से, even if you see the public market growth also is like the last 10 year kind of. So there was this one big stint in 2003 to 7.
Yeah.
And now I think last 4 years has been good.
So US में आप देखो, अभी जैसे मैं सुना कि ये साल मिस्टर मस्क का IPO आएगा, SpaceX, 150 billion. हमारे यहाँ पे सेव भुजिया और पोटैटो वेफर वाले का भी IPO आ रहा है. So the story is that don't worry about index capturing the market if the market is not capturing the economy. It's too early. That's the limited point.
Yeah, no, and I think this Hyundai is coming out with an IPO soon. I mean, second largest car maker in India. It was still a private company. So no, I think it's a fair point that if the index itself is not reflective of the economy, which is growing, then
Yeah, and a lot of that is still to come into the market and a lot of potential for stock picking.
no, obviously this. So, I mean, anyway, I am personally a big believer, and the only thing I struggle with is, and I think I'm sure a lot of our listeners also will struggle with, that I agree that there is a potential for alpha, and I agree that humans, which is fund managers, can capture that alpha, but which human to bet on is where I struggle personally also. So I go back to the first one that you went, that I stick with brands. So I stick with the brands that I'm comfortable with. But how does one take a bet that Ashish is here? Hey, I know him, hence I'll put money with him. But obviously Ashish, not everyone knows Ashish.
Correct.
Then how do I select Ashish over Rohit as a fund manager?
See, I think it is related to your previous question. We were discussing alpha, sustainability of alpha, banega, nahi banega, and now you're talking fund selection. So obviously, if we stick with the domain of equity mutual funds, ultimately you want to pick a manager who will be able to deliver alpha to you and beat the absolute benchmark.
Yeah.
अब हमारे यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम ये नहीं कि अल्फा नहीं बन रहा है. ऑन अ लाइटर नोट हमारे प्रॉब्लम ये है कि यार दूसरे साल अलग आदमी का अल्फा.
हाँ, so this is the problem. Yes, exactly.
So in short, I'll say that winners rotate, right? Why that happens, Rohit, is because if you see, बंद घड़ी भी दिन में 2 बार सही वक्त दिखाती है. वैसे हमारा इंडेक्स होता है, right? BSE 500 अगर आप लेंगे, it has everything: PSU, private, defensive, cyclical, domestic, export, growth, value, contra, सब है. बट अगर आप पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजर्स को देखेंगे ना, इनका अपना अपना एक प्रेफर्ड रेसिपी है. इफ यू मीट अ मैनेजर, you speak for 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes, and they'll say, you will be able to judge that this person is value biased,
टाइम क्या है,
cyclical. सबके अपने अपनी फेवरेट स्टाइल है, सबके अपने अपने फेवरेट या फेवर्ड सेक्टर्स हैं. कोई कहता है कि आई एम एक्सपर्ट एट स्मॉल कैप, कोई कहता है कि भाई ये सब तो बहुत वॉलेटाइल होता है, लार्ज कैप ठीक है. सो एवरीबडी हैज देयर रेसिपी, एवरीबडी हैज देयर फेवर्ड स्टाइल ऑफ ऑपरेटिंग और सेक्टर और मार्केट कैप. सबके अपना अपना फेवरेट है. सही गलत कोई नहीं है. एट सम पॉइंट इन अ डिफरेंट कॉन्टेक्स्ट everybody has delivered. That's why they're there.
Yeah.
But why is it that the alpha rotates and why it makes life difficult for fund selection? The problem is that when macroeconomic parameters change, which segment of the market will do well, that also changes. So clearly जब alpha बनता है ना, 2 कारणों से बनता है. जैसे पिछले 2 साल में जितने लोगों के पोर्टफोलियो में PSU है, उनका बहुत alpha बना है.
Yeah.
लेकिन बात क्या है कि भाई वो लोग ने वॉर नहीं प्रेडिक्ट किया था. वो लोग ने कमोडिटी और ऑयल और कोयले के दाम नहीं प्रेडिक्ट किए थे. तो पहले से PSU लेके बैठे थे, फिर वॉर हुआ, फिर PSU चल पड़ा, तो सबका पैसा बन गया. उसके पहले जितने लोगों के डिफेंसिव पोर्टफोलियो थे वो चल पड़े, लेकिन उन्होंने कोविड तो नहीं प्रेडिक्ट किया था. राइट. उनके पहले जितने लोगों ने भी फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज नहीं लिया वो चल पड़े, बट भाई उन्होंने
क्राइसिस का
प्रेडिक्ट किया था. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज दैट a lot of return is coming purely because people find them standing in the right corner of the playground. भाई आप वहाँ खड़े थे, बॉल आपको पास हो गया, आपने गोल मार दिया. But in reality, which corner of the playground the ball will go to, which style, sector and segment of the market will work, how the macros will rotate, ये predict नहीं कर सकते आप. So you have to look for managers who neutralize for these things and generate alpha purely from stock selection.
Okay.
So when it comes to growth versus value, defensive versus cyclical, domestic versus exports, large cap versus small cap, high beta, low beta, private versus PSU, ये तो रोटेट होते रहेगा.
Yep.
किन कारणों से रोटेट होगा वो आप प्रेडिक्ट नहीं कर सकते हो.
That is also
Which means that at a portfolio level, for all these macro nuances which are not predictable, at a portfolio level you should be balanced for them. Your portfolio should not stick out in any corner. Let us say today, you meaning today for an average investor, the portfolio is more likely to be laden with PSU, small cap.
possible. Yes.
Highly likely.
Yes.
क्योंकि पिछले 2 साल में वही अच्छा
They've done well. Yeah.
What is the chance कि भाई ये रुकेगा और कुछ और चलने लगेगा?
Very high chance.
High chance. Market rotates. So क्या है, अगर आपका बहुत सारा अल्फा मार्केट के किसी एक हिस्से से आ रहा है ना, तो वो मार्केट आपसे छीन लेगा वापस, पक्की बात है. बट अगर आप पोर्टफोलियो पे बैलेंस्ड हैं और आपका अल्फा केवल मार्केट के हर सेगमेंट में अल्फा केवल स्टॉक पिकिंग से आ रहा है, कि भाई समझो कि मार्केट इज 55% सिक्लिकल, 45% डिफेंसिव. आई एम ऑल्सो सिमिलर.
Okay.
Market is 12% PSU, 88% private. I am in the ballpark. BSE 500 is 65% large cap and 35% small and mid cap. Okay, in multi cap, flexi cap, I am in the ballpark. तो क्या है, जो चीजें रोटेट इन एंड आउट होती है ना, वो तो सब मैंने बैलेंस या नलिफाई कर दिया. अब हर एक सेगमेंट में से केवल अपना स्किल यूज करके फाइंड द बेटर कंपनीज और द आउट परफॉर्मर्स, दैट इज सस्टेनेबल. इफ यू गेट लॉट ऑफ अल्फा थ्रू दिस रोटेशन, वो तो मार्केट पक्का छीन लेगा आपसे.
And that's why you said that your fund managers who are outperforming in one particular मौसम, if I can say, changes. Yeah, because सबका कुछ तो bias होता है. Inherent, nothing wrong in that also.
So, there's a famous author called Michael Mabuzin. He wrote about the contribution of luck and skill. So what I believe is that any alpha, exaggerated alpha, coming because the ball was just passed to you and right, that is largely a function of luck, because you cannot predict the macro. You cannot align in advance for the macro.
Absolutely right.
But any alpha which comes sustainably because of stock picking, that could be attributed to skill, because, everything in consumer is, say, perceived to be overpriced and not being looked at.
Yeah.
But there is one retailing company, results are declared suddenly up 20%. How can that happen? Right. So when you get alpha purely from stock picking, that could be skill.
I just hope that retail company was there in your portfolio. You kind of preempted my question and spoke about your philosophy, Karan. So my flow of questions would have been, how did White Oak happen? I mean, you were doing well. And the related question is, another mutual fund, did we need another mutual fund in the country in the first place? So these are kind of two related questions.
No, so see, White Oak actually lesser known purely because, say our founder is Prashant.
So I must tell our viewers that White Oak is a very strong and prominent brand in the PMS and AIF space.
PMS, and as a FI, we are one of the larger FIs investing into it.
So, and they manage a lot of global money. In India, as a mutual fund, as a retail brand, they are new, but in financial markets, they are quite a well-known brand.
So that's great background, because it's always an institutional brand managing money for sovereign wealth funds, pension funds, area global investors investing in India. Then, like you rightly pointed, we started with the PMS, so it became more HNI, and now last 2 years the mutual fund, which is obviously retail. So White Oak was obviously founded by my colleague Prashant. He started in 2017. As we speak now, is about $9 billion in assets.
Wow. That's a lot.
So globally we are 6.5 billion. India is 2.5, 3 billion. And Prashant, prior to founding White Oak, he was CIO for Goldman Sachs Asset Management for 17 years. And it was a very large team. We have like 46 people in investing.
I think he was kind of the early emerging market gurus, right? Is that correct?
He, in fact, on behalf of Goldman Sachs, he launched the first India equity fund investing on behalf of Goldman Sachs way back in 2007. So before that, he was a portfolio manager in US. But for Goldman Sachs, he set up the first fund and he kept managing it for like more than 10 years.
So, so it was, what pulled you towards this White Oak story?
So, like you were kind enough to discuss, I was CEO at Motilal Oswal for about 8 years, from, say, end of 2012 to end of 2020. And then, obviously when I came across the opportunity, when I met Prashant, basically what I could understand is that, if I worked with him and the rest of the investment team at White Oak, I could probably build on that competency and experience.
So I'll just intervene here because I have some background. I can add. So Prashant obviously is a fabulous markets guy, right? To give performance over that kind of a career time frame, it's obviously you're doing things right? That's why it's there, and people are trusting you. Your AUM is growing, your returns are growing, etc., etc. So this I kind of buy the argument that if that expertise which is available to foreign investors or to HNI investors, why shouldn't it be available to an investor like me or someone else? So that I buy. But at the same time, you will know better than me, it is not easy to build a retail book.
Okay, that's so different. The other part of the question, yes. So see, like I mentioned, what encourages someone like us, like we started our mutual fund in July 2022, right? What encourages us? I think your question was that, is there one more brand?
Yeah, exactly. That. ऐसा क्या रह गया market में capture करने के लिए? I understand Prashant has expertise. People should get access to that expertise. Good for the customer. But now, 44th or 45th?
45th.
45th mutual fund out of 45 mutual funds. मार्केट में ऐसा क्या रह गया कैप्चर करने के लिए जो कैप्चर नहीं हुआ? A, B, it is very difficult to build a retail business. And near this, I know from my own experience, from Kotak's experience, it is very, very difficult. So I mean, how do you get that? I don't know whether courage is the right word or maybe conviction is the right word, Shayad. How do you get that conviction that yes, I will be able to translate this great fund management story that I have, I will be able to translate it in a layman's language and give that to the customer in a manner that he or she appreciates. And B, I will be able to build scale, because mutual fund business, we all know it is about scale. And if you scale, as a business, it will not make sense.
So, 2-3 things. It is only, like you rightly say, it's only incidental that we were discussing about alpha and, alpha rotating and all. And if you see my response, typically what happens is in India, fund management, equity mutual fund management is all related to stock picking. There is a lot of folklore around, stock picking.
Yeah.
But if you notice, even before you prompted me, all my responses or thought was related around portfolio construction.
Yeah.
So because at White Oak, we understand, we have a very large research team. We have our own proprietary valuation models, like an OPCO, FinCo framework, and some of this is trademarked to us. So we also do very hard work with a large team, like 35-member research team covering more than 700-800 companies. Primary research, right?
35 is a very large team.
Yes, because we go all the way deep to, our universe starts at 1,000 crore market cap.
I remember 2009 to 14, I was with Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund. I was then a bond fund manager.
Of course.
Then I don't think our team was maybe around this size, 35-40. But then our AUM then itself was almost 1 lakh crore.
Yeah. No, so actually White Oak's entire fund management team is 46 people. Research itself, and but that would include fixed income managers, portfolio managers.
Doesn't matter.
But if you say just research is 35 people, that is because our our cutoff, we don't have very many filters. Basically, we look for opportunity across sectors, across the space, and these people are there to cover. Like, take an example of banking and financial services. We have 9 people covering 130 companies. We take an example of pharma, healthcare, chemicals. We have 6 people covering 95 companies. There's a team for every sector. That's why it's deep coverage. But moving beyond just stock picking, a portfolio is not just a list of stocks. Obviously not. A portfolio is a unit that you create. With all the examples I gave of weightages and balancing the factors and balancing macro. So portfolio construction, we are very significantly differentiated, not just on stock picking, but also on portfolio construction. And we create broad-based balanced portfolios so that, look, if I have to put in very pedestrian language, Jannat mat dikhao, Jahannam mein mat dikhao. Our strategy is simple. In mutual funds, if we do well, we should be amongst the top quartile. If we do badly, we should land up in the middle or top of third quartile. We should never be out of the playground. See, what is the challenge in our industry? People who are star performers, they have 1 year 20% alpha.
Yeah, extreme
badly. Next year, it's just last.
No, obviously you have seen this industry more than me, but I've seen so many star performers. They're out of the market because precisely the performance was so volatile.
It's very stark. You get a lot of money when you're 20% alpha.
Yeah.
Then with all that money, you go to minus 20, and then
it's such a what should I say, a tragedy that on a smaller AUMs you are able to give a very great performance.
Yeah.
And which gives you larger AUM, and unfortunately that larger AUM you give a bad performance.
So you had a brilliant point that your strategy should be scalable. Whatever performance you're delivering, it should be scalable.
Yeah, replicable and scalable. Across markets, it should be replicated and scalable.
So thanks for bringing that up. That's why I was saying that we do as much or more hard work on stock picking, but equal emphasis on portfolio construction to achieve the objective that you just mentioned. So I think that's one. Second is, if you see, we are India's only manager which has capability to manage, say, for example, global emerging markets. Now there is an RBI embargo. We cannot invest outside.
Yeah.
But we have a great global emerging markets offering. For Indian investors, we even created global emerging markets ex-India. Now, of course, we'll wait for regulatory guidelines to change and the ability to launch those products. So my point is that if we persist the way we are doing, we will be able to bring out a difference. There's some proof of the pudding, because in last 2 years, we are at about, say, 12,600 crores. But what I'm more happy about, and this equity, What I'm more happy about is that it is almost 450,000 unique clients.
It's very granular.
Very granular. The people who have given us global money or PMS AIF, their contribution to the mutual fund is not even 10%.
बड़े clients हैं, आप उनको anyone will give you a 10, 20, $30 million check if you want.
Yeah, but everything in the mutual fund is granular. And see, the other thing what we've done, we've launched all products counter-cyclically. Today, if you see what is hot is defense, manufacturing, industrial.
Yeah.
When we do thematic funds, just a couple of months back, we did banking, pharma, special opportunities. We did not do a small cap fund. We launched a mid cap fund, which is only SIP. We don't take anything other than SIP.
So here our views match. I think I personally and Kotak as a firm also, we are, from a sectoral standpoint, we are quite bullish on banking.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be granular. I mean, you have to be counter-cyclical in launching the products so that your customers... Like today, I can proudly say that from July 2022 till, say, last week or last couple of days, anybody who has invested, nobody has a negative NAV. Because the volatile funds only take SIPs.
Yeah.
And the thematic funds are counter-cyclical. And, there is a very large balance advantage, multi-asset, balance hybrid. So I think we've gone about the right way, of building it block by block.
So, okay, I understood. And, obviously, best wishes to you and your team. You should scale and, we should get a flavor of your expertise. I think maybe we'll close, but I have just one parting question. Market kya lagta hai, nahi puchunga. But this thing in, passing, you just mentioned that certain segments of the market have contributed to a large share of the returns which have happened. It's in defense if we're talking about, and SME, your small and mid cap,
micro cap,
PSUs obviously. Some of these sectors, from a large money allocation standpoint, used to be somewhat taboo. If you go back 5, 6, 7 years, that small mid caps, it's always, let's say, your 10-20% of your portfolio allocation can be in small and mid caps, but your larger allocation has to be in larger companies, obviously stability. I see some of that has flipped for the last 2-3 years, possibly chasing performance. A lot of investors have very large allocations to small and mid cap. Obviously, we all, we feel that the valuations are too stretched. Good time to take some money off the table.
Yeah.
But how do I individually, as a retail investor, kind of cover myself from this temptation of chasing what is hot today?
See, you should know, जैसे है ना रोहित, अभी इसका बारिश का माहौल है तो मैं ऐसे ही देख रहा हूँ आपको एग्जांपल देने के लिए. हम सब कार चलाते हैं ना हम लोग, तो आपको पता है व्हेन यू ड्राइव, ऑब्वियसली आपके विंड स्क्रीन पे वाइपर है. तो जब पानी यहाँ गिरता है तो वाइपर यहाँ पे आके इट वाइप्स द वाटर. जब यहाँ पे आता है तो पानी यहाँ गिरता है. तो फिर यहाँ पे आता है. तब तक पानी यहाँ पे गिरता है. फिर यहाँ पे. अब समझ गए, टाइम टू चेज द पास्ट परफॉर्मेंस ना, तो भाई वो फिर पानी कहीं और गिरने वाला है. सो और एक दूसरा है जिसमें आप लगा सकते हैं कि भाई नो एनिमल्स वेर हर्ट व्हाइल प्रोड्यूसिंग दिस वीडियो, बट यू हैव टू शूट वेयर द रैबिट विल बी. If you want to shoot a rabbit, you don't shoot where the rabbit is. Right. So disclaimer डाल देना please. But these are only examples. So I think that there's no end to chasing past performance. You will chase your tail. Right. I think you have to keep the portfolio balanced because you don't know where it will rain. You have to have a bucket everywhere. But yes, you just have to have better stocks.
Or in other words, you should just have an umbrella.
और बाजार में तो बहुत कुछ होता है, सब जगह पे रिटर्न बनाना जरूरी नहीं है ना.
No, I think I don't remember who I was reading that you should just see whether you are outperforming yourself or not. There will always be some friend who's outperforming you.
हाँ.
So वो तो
that's why I said ना, बाजार में तो यार बहुत कुछ चलता है, सब हर चीज में पैसा बनाना जरूरी नहीं है ना, सब तो पकड़ में आएगा नहीं.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Okay, great. Then on that happy note, hopefully all of us will also construct balanced portfolios for ourselves. And thanks a lot, Ashish, for again coming with us. It was always always a pleasure chatting with you. And we'll meet soon again. Thank you.
Thank you. All the best.